Hi there, Leo. It's Viv from Wisdom Released, and welcome to your week ahead reading for July the 2nd through to the 8th, 2018. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans, and it's an 8-card spread with an overall energy for the week and then one card for each day of the week, Monday through Sunday. I have just done the monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and the overall energy for the month of July for Leos was the Hermit, so time going within and meditating. But I felt that was an overall energy because you may have doubts. You may have doubts about yourself, you may be undecided about a person in your life, you may be undecided about a situation or a job. My feeling at the moment is that's as I'm saying that, is that you may have doubts about a particular relationship, in that you're assessing whether your freedom is going to be impacted, is what's coming up for me at the moment. If that resonates, all well and good. I spend a lot of time watching other readers on YouTube. And sometimes when I watch their videos, I think, what the heck has that got to do with me? Absolutely nothing whatsoever. And at other times, I think, wow, that's so spookily bob-on accurate. That's really incredible. And sometimes these messages resonate and sometimes they don't work at all. What I want to say is take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but whatever. I really appreciate the fact that you're tuning in and watching, and I really appreciate your presence on the channel, so thank you very much for that. Okay, let's get on with this week's reading then. So the overall energy is the Three of Cups, and when I read this card, normally it's about friendship and deep connections, it's about harmony and joy. I think there are some really special connections in your life. I think you have some really deep connections with people close to you. I do know a few Leos, and they are very social creatures, and they're popular and they like being out and about and what have you. But I think that there are Leos can sometimes be they can have a challenge allowing people to get really, really close, I think. Some, not all. I think this card, though, this week is inviting you to know that it's safe to be yourself, that there are people around you who accept you and love you exactly as you are. And the energy this week, my feeling is to appreciate that deep connection with that you have with a few people who are close to you and who allow you and accept you to be you exactly as you are. Okay, moving on to Monday, my feeling is that you've been through a difficult few months, difficult few weeks, difficult few minutes. It feels like months, actually. So you may have felt like people have treated you unfairly. You may have been accused of things that you haven't done. You may have people have fired accusations at you. You felt unfairly treated and unjustified. Maybe people are asking you things that aren't your job, aren't your responsibility. You just don't want to do it. People are possibly demanding too much of your time, and there's only so much of you to go around. There's only so much time in the day, and they're expecting an awful lot, and this has caused upset, it's caused aggravation. You felt angry, you felt hurt, you've certainly been blinded by a lot of this thinking that's going on. Swords is the mental realm, and so You know, it's one up from the Nine of Swords, which is you know, things being on our mind and being kept awake at night. It's sort of like a nightmarish, really, situation, not sleeping very well, but there's certainly been a lack of clarity here. But because this is a 10, it's like this is coming to an end now. This is, the end is in sight. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's if not over with now, soon to be over with. And there's, on Tuesday, a resurgence, a feeling of hope and a return to peace of mind. So my feeling is that this is, if it's not ended, it is about to end very soon. And you feel really quite peaceful about that. You're settled, you're back to feeling much more like yourself. This is, you haven't got so much on your mind, you're allowed to let it. It's almost like there's a sense of relief here with, oh, thank goodness for that, thank goodness that's over with, all of that argument and stuff, all of that conflict, all of that upset. I don't need to feel angry anymore. I don't feel hurt or upset anymore. I feel back to myself. I feel like I'm being accepted as I truly am. Because all of this is all over and done with, you know. There's a feeling of peace of mind with this card, and a feeling of going back to sleeping soundly, sleeping better, a feeling of much more relaxation. Wednesday, here you are showing up as yourself in this reading, so this is most definitely for you, Leo. There's definitely a feeling of confidence here. This is you truly feeling comfortable in your own skin. There's no need for you to roar and be defensive, because there is nobody attacking you, nobody's having a go now. That's all over and done with. All of that unfairness and unjustified action is all over and done with, and you are truly back to your normal self. It's like, I'm back, and you can see clearly, you can see the situation clearly, you can see your own role in the situation and your own behaviour and how you've shown up. You can see why it is that other people have behaved the way that they've behaved and the situation's turned out the way it has. But there's a feeling of strength here, there's a feeling of self-control, there's a feeling of love and kindness, that you know, you're back to being your beautiful self. And that continues into Thursday. A feeling of fulfillment, things headed in the right direction, things going swimmingly. It's like things are lining up at work, things are lining up at home. There's a sense of happiness, there's a sense of joy. Your cups are running over. Maybe there's a bit of drinking going on. Maybe there's a bit of celebrating going on. Is it Thursday night out with the girls or the boys? Possibly a little bit of self-indulgence here, or overindulgence rather. But it's a good time, you know. There's much to celebrate. There's like still that sense of relief, still that sense of being with people, connecting with people who really truly are your friends and have your best interests at heart, and are not the backstabbers, you know, not the ones that are having the go. Or it may well have been somebody that's had a go, that you've got over an argument with them, and you're re-establishing a deep connection with them. Friday, perhaps somebody in your environment, perhaps you're on the receiving end of some very forceful and determined communication. Maybe somebody's having a very strong conversation with you. Maybe somebody sent you a letter or an email. Maybe it's a text, some kind of communication. They are absolutely determined to get their point across, Perhaps it's you in your dealings with someone. Perhaps it's you sort of finally putting an end to whatever this problem has been. And you're doing that with love and compassion because you're feeling much more like your old self. You're much more hopeful about the situation. You've come to experience a level of peace, and you're feeling much more fulfilled. And so you're in a position of strength and determination to get your point across. Or perhaps this is somebody who is communicating with you to get their point across. But because you're feeling much more like yourself, you're much more accepting of what it is that they have to say. Saturday, there's a feeling of accomplishment. We've got to the end of the week. We've got over that. We've resolved that. There's a sense of successful completion of whatever this was. And now we're back to all being friends and really enjoying being in the company of people who appreciate us for who we are. So there is this sense of winding up and finality, and that's over with. And because it's a winding up and a finality, then a new chapter can start. On Sunday, although this is the Daughter of Pentacles, there is a feeling of newness about this. There's a feeling of hope about this, sort of looking up and looking towards new horizons. The Daughter of Pentacles is very hard-working, very determined, very dependable, very reliable, and she's very confident in her abilities. You know that she is, even though she's only the Daughter of Pentacles, that she feels confident enough to face whatever's coming towards her in the next week. She really is truly at ease in her own skin, just as you are. She's enjoying being herself, being who she is, and is ready and looking forward to tackle whatever's coming towards her in the coming week. So there we go, Leo. Those are the messages for this week. I hope you found them useful and that it resonated. I'll be back again with another weekly reading next week. Until then, take care.